She messaged me at 10:43 p.m. The subject line was clear-cut. Clarity. In the body, she wrote, "I've found someone who's worth my time. I'm not coming back. I've moved your inheritance into my personal account. This is for the best." No apology. No explanation. Just a clean break and theft. I stared at that screen, completely frozen, for precisely 13 seconds. Then I typed back, "Thanks for the update." And I smiled. 15 years. That's how long we'd been together. I met Rachel when we were both penniless grad students. She had a laugh like tinkling chimes and a quick wit that didn't tolerate dishonesty, or so I believed. We built our life brick by brick from nothing. Shared rent, split utilities, whispered dreams late into the night. When my father passed and left me his portfolio of properties, I never hesitated. I added her name to the joint account. "What's mine is yours," I'd said. She had smiled, kissed my cheek, and quipped, "And what's mine stays mine." I laughed. "That one's on me." 3 months back, she started humming again. It wasn't a tune I recognized, something bright, upbeat, out of place during our usual silent dinners. She started mentioning work retreats more often. Overpacked her bags, heavy with perfume and lingerie she hadn't worn for me in years. I didn't call her out. I watched. The man was a divorce from Denver. His LinkedIn described him as a private wealth advisor. They'd met at a conference, slept together 2 days after. She hadn't meant to, but her phone synced with our shared cloud account. I saw every message roll in like shrapnel. He called her Rishi. She called him Alpha. I almost laughed. Almost. But I didn't. I didn't shed a tear. I calculated. The account was in both our names, yes, but the inheritance itself? It was locked down, documented, witnessed, notarized, legally untouchable. My father may not have been affectionate, but he didn't believe in leaving threads loose. I let her take the bait, let her move the money, let her think she had outplayed me. Meanwhile, I contacted Sam, my old college roommate who'd become a forensic accountant. Paid him in cash, off the books. Within 2 weeks, we had everything. Each transfer, every foreign detour, all the hidden trails she thought she'd buried. She hadn't just taken the inheritance, she tried to vanish it. That made it personal. Step 1. Tighten the trap. I went to the bank with my father's will, the documented inheritance trail, and proof that the funds had been misappropriated. The account. Frozen. Then I filed a discreet civil lawsuit, sealed from public view. I named Rachel as the defendant. The charges? Financial fraud. Theft. Step 2. Feed her illusion. That one-line email I'd sent? Cold. Measured. Meant to lull her into overconfidence. She probably read it lying next to him, heart light with victory. She thought she'd won. I hope she kissed him after. Really leaned in. Because the next step was the execution. The very next morning, I got a phone call from her attorney. His voice shook. He stammered through his words like he was trying not to choke. Rachel had apparently walked into his office all smug, ready to talk divorce logistics. He pulled up her financial records to begin the process, and found nothing. When he told her the account was locked, the funds were confiscated, and she was now under formal investigation, she dropped her phone on the floor. He told me she went white, then flushed red with rage or shame, then just silent. She had no idea about the lawsuit yet. That revelation was still en route. I let her sit with the unknown for a while. Let her stew. The confrontation I planned wasn't meant for her directly. It was for both of them. I called the so-called wealth advisor myself. Told him I wanted to meet in person, close the chapter like adults. He accepted. Confidence is a common disease among con artists. We met at an upscale rooftop restaurant. I wore a black suit, crisp, understated. All I brought with me was a single manila envelope. He arrived grinning like he'd just inherited a fortune. "She's leaving you," he said. "It's already done." I didn't respond. Just slid the folder across the table. He opened it. Page 1, a copy of the civil court filing. Page 2, a bank audit tracing every cent she shifted. Page 3, screen captures of their messages, explicit ones, laying out how they'd rerouted the funds to offshore accounts. By the time he reached the fourth page, his hands were visibly shaking. I locked eyes with him. "She didn't tell you this was illegal, did she?" I said quietly. "She sold it to you like it was shared money." "It wasn't." His eyes dropped, then shifted away, to the skyline, to anywhere but me. "Do you really think you were her first?" I added. "She did the same thing to her ex-husband. Told me the story once, laughing. Said it was just a little payback." Lie. Total fabrication. But it landed like a knife. His expression caved in on itself, confidence shattered, like tempered glass under pressure. She'd lose him before the night was over. That part, I'd insured. Rachel called after that. I didn't pick up. Voicemails came next. "You misunderstood. We can talk. I didn't mean for this to happen. I made a mistake." She was crying in the final message. I played it twice, then deleted it. 2 weeks later, the civil case wrapped up. I got back every last dollar, plus damages. Her attorney strongly advised against going to trial. He'd seen enough. She quietly signed the divorce papers. No alimony. No asset division. Nothing. She left the house with 2 suitcases, 1 box of clothes, and a pile of debt with her name on it. I watched from the window as she stepped into a rideshare. She never looked back. People think revenge is about fury. It isn't. It's about clarity. It's the peace that follows betrayal, the kind of peace that comes from finally seeing someone for who they really are and showing them who you've always been. That night, I sat alone, glass of whiskey in hand. No music. No phone. Just stillness. I wasn't grieving. I wasn't bitter. I was free. And that, more than justice, more than revenge, was the best part of all. She thought she conned a fool. But I simply handed her the shovel.